Good morning YouTube. How is it going? Today is the 7th of July 2020, the pandemic era. So today I've decided to make a video about all the accessories that are there on my bike. Quite a few people asked me, not a lot, a few people asked me to make a video about this. And so here I am in Mysore. The weather is absolutely brilliant. It's just around 28 or 29 degrees. The bike is showing 30 degrees. It calculates the engine temperature as well, takes the engine heat as well. So yeah, let's get out of the city and make a video somewhere secluded. I'll see you when I get out of the city. So here I am, everybody. This beautiful location just behind the Chamundi Betta. I can see a lot of clouds, but that's okay. So yeah, let's do that. So good morning everybody and welcome back. I'm behind Chamundi Betta and this is a very secluded place. So this is the place I've chosen to actually make a video about my bike. All the accessories and modifications that I've done on my bike. So let's quickly get started before it starts raining very heavily. It's already drizzling a bit, but that's okay. So let's get started. So let's start by listing out all the modifications on this bike. So before I start, this bike has done 22,500 kilometers and I bought it in December of 2018. So let's quickly start from the handlebar. So as you can see, this is a factory handlebar, nothing too great about it. But then if you can see, there is a 1-inch rise in the handlebar. So these are not conventional expensive risers. This is the same part as this one. I got this idea from HDT Customs video and I bought the same part and I put it ulta here and I used longer bolts. The bolts, the measurement of the bolts are same as this one from the bar end weight. So the next modification is this KTM mirror. I switched from the Royal Enfield stock mirror because that is good for nothing. It's the round shape one and if you go above 80 or 90 kilometers per hour, it just starts, it bends down and you just cannot see anything. So I quickly switched to these KTM original mirrors and as you know from KTM, they can withstand very high speeds. I've done 120, 130 on these mirrors and they just are very steady. So the next modification that you can see are these knuckle guards. So I got these knuckle guards from banditospitstop.com and they look really brilliant. So this is very good. This is plastic and it's got an aluminium bar running around, so it's really sturdy. And the next most visible modification on this bike is this windshield extender. I got this from the motostore.in and it costed around 1,500 rupees and it's made a lot of difference. So I'm just 5 foot 6 inches, but still the stock visor would was a little too short for me. The wind would always hit my eyes or the head, and because of that I used to have a lot of neck pain during long rides. So when you do 700-800 kilometers at one stretch and the wind keeps hitting you in the face, you really get neck pains. And I got this one in Bala. So the lowest setting, so this is a very good build quality. This is made of aluminium and this is of fiber. But for me, the lowest setting here, so this is, as you can see, this is adjustable. The lowest setting on this has worked pretty fine for me. So coming back, the most visible modifications I would say are these pair of aux lamps. So this is a spread, this is from HJG and this is actually a spread kind of a aux light. And this one, this is, I don't know the brand of this one, but then this I bought this from a store called Adeshwar Automobiles in Bangalore, JC Road, and this is a brilliant one. So as you can see, this has got as you can see, this has got an adjustable kind of a thing. The most backward position of this produces a spot beam, and if you push it all the way forward, it produces a spread beam. So I normally use this as a spot beam, and it's brilliant. So if you know, other spot beam lights give you a circular spot on the road, but this one gives you a rectangular one. So this is brilliant. So the next modification or accessory that you would call are these Zana crash bars. This come with a slider, and this is brilliant. The quality is extremely good, but then the only problem with this is the paint quality. I got it repainted twice. It's done a very good job. So I would highly recommend this crash guard. So the next accessory from Zana are these saddle stays. Again, the same story. Brilliant quality, but then the only drawback is the paint quality. So this is how the bike looks from the rear with the Zana saddle stay. So it also comes with a rectangular plate as well to support the bags from the bottom. But then I've removed it because it adds around 2 to 3 inches extra to the width of the bike, and it gets really difficult to maneuver it. So that's there. And then there is also it also comes with a crossbar from here to here, but then it fell down somewhere in Bihar, so I couldn't fix it after that. That's still there in my house. It works brilliantly. The quality is absolutely great from Zana. And the next product I have from Zana is this GPS mount. This is the GPS mount from Zana, and again the same story. The paint got faded off, and I got it repainted again. So this is a mobile mount. It's called a claw grip, and it's screw loaded. Unlike the other X grips that are spring loaded, this is screw loaded. So it is very sturdy. If you've seen my Nepal videos, the roads were extremely bumpy, and it held the phone like quite perfectly. So there are quite a few aesthetic mods as well on this bike. The most visible ones is this one. This is the brake fluid container guard. It's from Nexus Gears, and it looks really good. It's made of stainless steel, and it's got this brushed aluminium finish as well. So I've got another product from Nexus Gears. So that is the oil. So the next product from Nexus Gears is this oil cooler guard. Again, it looks very good on this bike. So these aux lamps are sitting on these fork mounts from A4 Moto Designs. Earlier I had a similar kind of mount from a different company called Mad Dog, but then while I was coming back from Nepal in the night in Bihar, they just broke off from here, and then the light was just dangling around, so I had to cut the wire off to remove the light. So yeah, I got a stronger. This looks very strong than the Mad Dog ones. So the next modification is a very small one. It's not that visible, and it's very inexpensive. Is this cram buster? It's called a cram buster or a throttle assist. I don't know what that is called. It just costs 100 rupees, and it goes a long way. And goes a long way in providing you comfort. So normally you twist the throttle, you just have to hold the throttle very tight, and then you have to twist it. But using this, you just have to use your palm to guide the throttle, and it's very useful during long rides. Your hands normally tend to get cramps in the fingers, but then by using this, you can eliminate that. So, and yes, I forgot to mention one more thing, that is the mudguard risers. So there is a company called Motokan based out of Belgaum in Karnataka. So I got these mudguard risers. They rise the mudguard by about an inch. So while off-roading or during slushy conditions, normally the slush gets accumulated in the inner side of the mudguard, and that can damage your tire as well. So one more thing that you can see now it's gone is this sticker. I got this white sticker around the rim and it's come off. I have to get a new one. It looks really good from a distance. And what other mods do I have? I can't remember a lot of them. Yeah, there are quite a few switches on the bike. If you can see, there are quite a lot of switches. So this switch is for the HJG light. This is a pair of switches. One of them is still not connected. One of the switches is for these aux lamps. And there is one more invisible mod, that is the hazard system. I've got a plug and play kind of a hazard system for this bike from not Bandidos Pit Stop. It's from Grand Pit Stop, and it's got the switch for that. It's got 25 different patterns. It looks really good on the highway. And there is one more kind of a port on this bike that's under the seat. I'll just show you. So there is one more cigarette lighter port under the seat. I'll just show you. So I just fitted a cigarette lighter port here, as you can see. This is for the inflator that I've got. I've got an Amazon Basics tire inflator. I used to own a Rescue Tech one, but then that broke. So this is a good one. Yeah, and then there is a small what do you call this? A strobe light. I still haven't found a good quality one yet. I get this fixed and it just goes off in like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm yet to find a good quality strobe light. So, and what else do we have? And then there is this top box. This deserves a separate video. This top box is from ASG. It's a 32-liter top box and it's brilliant. I know I've seen top box that cost around 11,000, 12,000 and are way less and have very less quality in them. This just costed 3,000 rupees and I think it's the best top box you can buy for a Himalayan or for any other bike. So yeah, and I have an NGK Iridium spark plug in there, and I haven't noticed any significance of installing one, but people told me it's the best quality, so I installed it. So one more, I don't say modification, it's not even necessary, but then it's this one. People say it's necessary because they say that the master cylinder might get damaged if the pebbles hit them. So I just put this Continental GT heel guard. They call it heel guard. So yeah, this looks good. Nexus Gears also makes one for this. So that will probably be my next modification. So that's about it, I think. Did we forget anything?
I don't think so.
So yeah, that's about it. That's one too many modifications on this bike. I'll try to provide all the links for the products in the description. So if you like this video for any reason, drop a thumbs up, and thanks for subscribing. I'll say this up front, please subscribe to my channel. Yeah, see you in the next vlog.